Your father, how many children did he have?
My dad had 14.
By how many women?
Four. He had seven by one, three by my mama, two by another woman, and one by another woman. So that's 13. But when he died, it was another son that he had on his
So that's
deathbed.
five. So five women.
Yeah, well, yeah, five.
And you want to go out like your daddy, you said. You want to, so how many do you want to have? The same? You want to match him?
Yes, I think the men with the most kids is the most masculine. I don't look at the men with the most money. I look at the men with the most kids is the most masculine man you can think of. Well, I got two baby mamas and two possibles. Three baby mamas and two possibles.
What do you mean by possibles? Like you don't know for sure? You haven't had DNA test?
Yeah. It was a woman that came to my city in Milwaukee. I used to be a CNA, and we had sex and stuff. And she moved back to Mississippi, and then she ended up calling me, telling me she was pregnant. But after that, I kept trying to find her. I haven't heard nothing back from her.
How long ago was that?
That was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, well, what's the other possible? What's that situation?
That's when I was in Texas. I used to live in Texas back
How
in
long ago was that?
2010. I used to live in Texas in 20. I went to Texas 20 from 2010 to 2012.
And how do you have a possible in Texas too?
Well, I used to be dating. I ended up dating my fiance cousin. It was weird how we ended up getting together. Like, I never knew her family like that. It was just when I went to Texas, San Antonio, and I met this girl at Walmart. We could start jamming, and I was telling her, talking to her about my ex fiance, and come to find out they was first cousins. She was also in the army. Her cousin was, so
So you
I met
mess
her.
with a woman and then you mess, hold on, you mess with the woman, then you mess with her cousin after you met her at Walmart?
Well, you got to keep in mind when I was with my fiance, I never had been to Texas. I never knew her family because my fiance was from Texas, but I met her in Milwaukee, and we was together for 5 years in Milwaukee, and then once we split up, I moved to Texas, and she moved to like Kentucky.
So you just
So
randomly ran across her cousin at Walmart.
it was weird as hell. Yes, when she told me she was her cousin, I was like kind of
Why
freaked
did
out.
why
Like,
did why didn't you? I mean, is the family thing going? Why didn't you say, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with you. There's plenty of women out here. We're not gonna do nothing. Why didn't you turn down the booty?
I mean, her cousin was fine too, though. I mean, like I felt like she probably was when we was together. She probably trying to sleep with my people. That's probably why God made it that way. Because what a coincidence! I move 1,000 miles away from home, and the first girl I meet is your first cousin,
Yeah.
and she was actually from. They actually from Houston. I moved to San Antonio and met her cousin.
Okay. So you got three baby mamas, two possibles, and you think that women are not better off being single? The women of today, single and childless.
Well, this is my belief of marriage, right? My belief is gonna come off crazy because nobody never heard of it. But I think once you get a woman pregnant, that is a marriage. The kid is the ring, right? And the kid combines your family and her family together to death do us part.
Brother. Okay, I understand that's your philosophy. I want to answer to the actual question. Do you think that the way that how these women are today, majority of them, do you think they're worthy to have relationships with men, long lasting relationships and marriages? And do you think they're worthy enough to be mothers? Because a lot of them will even tell you, I don't want children. We should remain single. We should not have kids. Do you think that they're better off?
No, I think that they should have kids.
And you think that they're worthy of having men too, relationships, husbands?
Well, I wouldn't say husband. I think they should have men's because God put us on here to have that. I
To
think
have
that
what?
us men, we put a stigma on women.
God put you here to have what?
Families.
Okay.
Men dictated on how we should go by having families with like the modern day marriage and monogamy and stuff like that. That's not natural. That's why nobody never achieved it.
Okay, brother,
Every
that's not
monogamous relationship they violated.
brother, we're not talking about the topic is not about polygamy and monogamy and all that. I'm simply saying the way that the women are of today, are
Hmm.
they worthy to be mothers and wives?
I truly believe that they are.
Why?
And I also think like you conflating when you ask me those questions, you conflating two different topics. When you
Okay.
say there's
Why do
are
you think they're worthy? No, I'm not conflating two different topics because the purpose of marriage is to establish a family.
what see, I I okay, I could concede with that. That's the
Okay,
way you
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So we don't need to even get into that. So if you're talking about it's not two different things. If you're going to say so in order to establish a family, right? A man has to come together with a woman. And they both
right,
have to be in agreement on the relationship. In
right.
order to, in order for a marriage to happen, we know there's weird things going on now. The man has to propose that to the woman. He brings that up to the woman that he wants to marry her. He desires to marry her.
And see, this is where I'm conflicted at. Like, I get the part where you say men and women they get together, and is women worthy to be a to be a mother and be a wife. I'm saying they worthy enough to have a relationship. And I grew up in a family where they had long lasting relationships, but they wasn't married, and they all had kids. So I think if God make a way where women can get pregnant, that's what make her worthy. Men can't determine if a woman worthy or not.
Shout out to brother Frederick again. He has a message for you. He says, Pookie behavior. Most of these women are getting with him. Talking about you. This is the cycle today. So he's basically
I
saying,
mean,
would you describe? So you came on my show. You did call yourself one of those dudes that's a field ninja, a ghetto
right?
dude. So would you say you a Pookie?
Yeah,
Okay. And you got
and
potentially, and you potentially have 5 baby mamas, and then you say you married right now.
yeah. I just got married in July of this year,
Y'all
last
have
year.
any children?
No, the goal was some. We were supposed to have four more. She was supposed to give me four more children, but it didn't. She didn't ever end up getting pregnant. So, because
She
like I
can't
told
have
her, I'm not
children.
really in it for love,
Can she have children?
and I don't think so because we was doing our thing. Well, I
Wait,
was
wait,
even
wait.
doing
Did
some
you just say
stuff.
you're not in it for love? You were just in it for more children?
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said I just want more children. I'm not. I don't really. Cause I'm not really concerned about love.
Okay, you're not in it for love, so you don't really love her like that. You just want to have children with her.
Yes, that was like the agreement that we had before she flew up here.
Where'd she fly from?
Boston, Massachusetts.
And you in Texas?
No, I'm in Milwaukee.
Oh, you in Milwaukee. That's right. You had been in Texas, but you in
Yeah,
Milwaukee now. Okay, she flew
2010.
from Boston to marry you.
Yeah, she told
How
me
did y'all meet? If she was in Boston, you was in Milwaukee.
on my channel.
Oh, and she knew you was looking for somebody.
No, we just got we got a big channels and stuff like that. We always have conversations, and we just start jamming with each other.
Did y'all actually get married, or you talking about y'all just started sleeping together and you call that marriage?
No, we went to the courthouse and got married. I'm
Okay, so
legally
y'all
married.
went. Okay, so y'all legally married. You went and got married to the woman, and the agreement was that this ain't about love. You told her that before she came out here. This is about having babies, and now she can't give you babies. So what you gonna do with the woman?
Well, she went back home. We not together. We didn't last in that
Well,
marriage.
brother,
It didn't
you
last
kept
but
saying that you have a wife. That's
No. I'm saying I'm still. I kept saying I'm legally married. We don't live together.
But brother, but I know, but you've been implying this whole time. See, that's why I have to ask questions. You've been implying this whole time, like, oh, I got a wife, like you married, like y'all together right now.
No. I wasn't. I'm sorry that I made you. I came off as that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm legally married, which I am. I'm legally married. Well, I just got married in July. We
And
broke
how
up
long
in
did y'all
March.
last? How long did y'all last?
Uh, 29 days. She moved
What
back
happened?
home.
So what happened? What made her fly back home?
It was just a bunch of arguing and stuff like that, and she put a false allegation on me, and she ended up coming back down here though. She ended up coming back in September, and we stood together till like October 20th, and then she went back home.
She put a false allegation on you, like abuse or what?
Yeah, she
Okay.
didn't say I hit her, but she said I put my hands on. You know how you have your forearm when somebody trying to hit you, and you trying to hold them down. Like when you dealing with women, you trying to hold them down when they trying to hit you.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That's
So she
but
put
I
that
ain't
on you.
never and then
Hold on,
yeah
brother. Hold on, brother. So she put that on you. And
yeah.
did you go to jail? Did you do time for that?
I went to jail for like 2 days.
And that was it.
But they dropped it down to just a disorderly city ordinance ticket. I had to take a plea to something I didn't do. I didn't beat up on nobody.
Okay, so you took the plea after you saying you was defending yourself from her hitting on you.
Yeah, basically like holding her down. Like you know how when a woman comes swinging off at you, and you got to put your forearm up to like try to hold it down because you can't use your hands. You can't choke. You can't kick. You can't slap. You can't punch. You got to protect. You got to get this mud off you. Yeah, you're gonna do the same thing too. If
Okay. All
somebody
right.
comes swinging off on you,
All right. So I just want to establish something. I want to get it clear. After all that's happened to you, you didn't went through potentially 5 baby mamas. You had another woman that I guess wasn't no good because that didn't work. It didn't last, and she tried to set you up, put some false charge on you. But you still saying you think these women, brother, you ain't even been able to make it work with not one of these women.
well, that's not true. Just
What's
I
not
believe
true?
in well, because I had great relationships with women. Like one woman, the woman that I told you about initially was 5 years. I had a couple of 2 years, 3 years. Then my baby mama, my last baby mama lasted for 2 or 3 years. Like nothing is meant to last forever. I don't believe in that. Everything in life, nothing in life lasts forever. Nothing. Your kids not going to be with you forever. Eventually, they're gonna go off and venture off. People feelings change throughout time.
I just talked about that. We know, but your a marriage is not supposed to last 29 days either. You talking about
No,
nothing in life lasts
I agree.
forever.
I
Well,
agree
what's the
with you.
longest woman you was with out of those potential five, six?
The longest one I was with was the 5 years.
And y'all had 2 children?
No, the woman I have when I was together 5 years, we didn't have no kids. She couldn't have no kids. So like 2013, after we split up, like in 2010, 3 years later, I ended up having a kid. And I got all three of my daughters from all my baby mamas. They didn't tell y'all that I got full custody and been raising my kids since my daughter, she's finna be 12. I've been raising her
Well,
since
they
she was
wrote on my
12.
page that you got more baby mamas than what you telling me.
I mean, I don't see how somebody could tell you something better than I can. You talking to the horse's mouth.
All right.
I ain't finna come up here and sugarcoat nothing.
All right. Okay, so
And
my
I
point.
did tell you that I got full custody of all my kids.
Okay, that's good, brother. That's good. I'm glad you got full custody of your children. That's really good. But you also got 2 potentials out there that we don't know that you don't have custody of.
Well, it's only so much I can do. If the woman ran, lost, took away her contact. I mean, if she'd have told me and I would have took a DNA test, it's just a possibility. It's not a fact. It's mine. I've been reaching out, reaching out. I didn't get no answer, so I did my part. I
We
think I
got a
was on
brother.
here
Shout out
saying,
to Keith. We got a brother that got a question for you. Shout out to Keith. He said, "How many do overs till you get it right, brother?" That's what he want to know. How many do overs?
I don't want to do nothing over. I purposely choose women that uh don't really care for their kids because my goal is to raise my kids. And I know if I would have chose women that got all their stuff together and got money, got careers, it would have been extremely hard for me in court, in child support court, or in family court. So I purposely chose women that don't really care about raising kids, and that's how I ended up with mine. I'm not sitting up here crying like Tyrese.
Well, Tyrese, he's off the hook supposedly now. I don't know if it's true or not, but he's supposed to be off the hook. I don't
What
know
you mean
how
about
true it
off
is.
the hook?
Well, his daughter supposedly is with him now, and he's not paying child support. That's what's been reported. I don't know how true it is, but that's what's been reported.
Mm-hmm. And like again, I've been doing this for about 8 years now, raising my own kids.
All right.
I'm not on no zero. I got them on
So you
child
think,
support.
brother? So you think that these women should still? So you going what you're telling me right now is that you looking for another woman to have four more children with because you couldn't have those children with that last woman. So you still looking for another woman,
I'm looking for multiple women, and the reason why I say
brother?
multiple is
Then
because I'm on 40.
do you think that this is wise though? You didn't already show that this shit ain't working out with you and no woman.
No, it did work out. It worked out that my
The
and
one that you said you was with, brother, the one you was with the longest 5 years, y'all didn't have any children. Every other relationship, what was the longest you was with one of those baby mamas? How long?
2 to 3 years. That was my last one.
That ain't shit when it comes to 18 years of raising a child.
Right, but
Obviously,
she
it's not
had did
working.
no, it wasn't the fact that it wasn't working. She had did something crazy to the point where they gave me the CPS gave the baby to me, and I
Well, that
couldn't.
means it ain't working. That means listen, if you picking crazy ass women to mate with, that means it's not working. Your picker's off.
Well, it seems like it's not working for neither one of us when we talk about relationships because
Yeah, they picking you too. They picking you. You already said you a pookie.
right, but in you upper class, you know, upper class doing everything right, and are you married? No.
Brother, what are
So
we
it seems
talking
like
about today?
everybody can
What are we
relate to
talking
each
about?
other.
Okay, I've already told y'all many times that I don't discuss what I got going on in the house because we got people coming trying to look for my kids, look for my woman, my wife, whatever.
I get
So I don't tell them what I got going on. They can guess. But my thing is what we're talking about is you and your situation. Your situation, you've proven that it doesn't work. What you've been doing is not working with any woman. Zero.
well,
Longest relationship you had with a woman was 2 years of possibly five baby mamas. 2 to 3 year relationship. That ain't shit.
well, no, no,
Child
no.
have to grow up for 18 years, and now you looking for multiple other women that you can. Sound like you just want to screw some more. How old are you?
I'm 39.
40 years old, basically. You just sound like you just want to screw a whole bunch more.
I truly want to go out like my dad. My dad had 14. Everybody in my family. My cousin got 20. Every man in my family got 8 kids and better. My
You
dad
want
had
to
that.
go out like your dad.
Yes, I truly believe in a big family. I was raised in a big family. My grandma and them had 8 kids. Everybody got a bunch of kids in my family, and I appreciate that more than all this other stuff. So when you say it didn't work out, no, it did work out for me because I got my goal. My goal was to have kids, and I got a baby on the way now.
With who?
But by this upper dude, this dude done put this woman in a big house. He a 6-figure man, and I got his wife pregnant.
They agreed to that?
He don't know.
Well, how'd you meet her?
I end up meeting her at the hospital. That was when I was telling I was going through my anxieties and stuff. And so I met her at the hospital, And then I end up calling an Uber. She told me send her an Uber to my house. And so I sent the Uber, but her husband is an Uber driver. And so
He
he
a Uber driver? You just said he make they upper class.
yes, he is. He is. He just do that on the side. And so,
Well, what is his
so
main job?
I don't know the main job, but she showed me around in his house. Like when he at work, I be at his house. Got a big old house, paid for and
What race? What
everything.
race are they? What race?
Well, the woman is black and he white.
And you've been busting her down.
Yeah,
Well, what you think gonna happen when his baby come out and it's not mixed?
that's his problem. He better not touch my baby though.
What you gonna do?
What you mean? When I'm going? As far as what?
You talking about he better not touch your baby? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna take care of that business. I'm gonna let. That's when if you touch my kid, that's when you just got to get that demon side out of me. This not your baby. We're gonna take the DNA test before I even start claiming anything. Before I do anything, if the DNA test come back says mine, well, he gonna have to deal with me or leave her. I got more connection with her. I will have more connection with her than he do. Only thing he gave her is trying to be married to her. That's it. A marriage ain't nothing if you don't give a woman kids.
Shout out
A
to
marriage
Quan. He
ain't
said this is exactly the Pookie and Ray Ray they find. Yeah, I agree.
a marriage can be replaced. A baby daddy can't. I'm gonna always be the main source. I gave her motherhood or added to her motherhood.
Mm. Brother, do you think okay, so you saying all this stuff like you the man, you don't know what that man got going on.
What you mean?
You talking all this stuff like, oh, he better not do this, he better not do that. Well, what if he got you? See, here's the thing. You never want to underestimate a man. I don't care what he look like. You should know that. You should know that. You should know. Let me tell you something. I got to find this guy's name. This guy was one of the most, and most of us would never know about him. I was watching a crime show. He was one of the most ruthless serial killers in the history of the United States. Took out a whole bunch. Guess who took out black men?
You talking about the dude from Milwaukee, Jeffrey
Much big.
Dahmer?
No, much bigger than him too. Know how he would get them?
How?
He would say, "Hey, my wife is over at the house, and we're looking for a man that we want a good strong black man with a big thing to bust her down. But I gotta tie you. But I gotta tie you up." And he would say, "I gotta tie you up before I bring my wife out." So he would he would pick up a man, black dude, drive him back to the house, tie the man up, and then he would. A lot of times they say he used his bare hands. He would strangle him to death.
See,
He took out a lot of black men, and you would never. And this dude, he was a short, pudgy little dude, white dude that you would never expect. So you never underestimate a man.
right. I don't underestimate nobody, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to my kids, I'm gonna go all out. That's just the
I'm just
fact of
telling you,
it.
brother. I don't care. You can think that this dude ain't gonna. You don't know what he gonna do either. You saying all this shit. You need to be careful yourself.
Well, when it comes to my kids, I'm not gonna let you pump no fear in my blood neither.
Well, you don't know if it's your child either, brother. And the thing is, you messing with his woman. You talking about he not gonna touch your kids? Do you know, brother? Do you know what men will do when you messing with a woman, with a wife?
What they attempt to do, yeah.
No, not what they attempt to do. That's one of the most dangerous things you can do is play with a man's home. You talking about your child? You ain't even thinking. You too busy worried about your dick.
all I'm saying is, if the baby is mine, now if the baby ain't mine, I go on by my way. You won't, you know what I'm saying? That's his job to keep.
You don't know if you're gonna go about your way because this man might lose his mind over you screwing his woman once he find out.
He don't know.
Brother, I just said once he find out. You don't know what he's gonna do. There's been plenty of brothers that have lost their life over messing with another man's woman.
Well, I got a lot of toys if you want to play that.
All right, brother.
I'm just saying, like,
you the baddest man on the planet. I forgot.
It's not about being no bad man, but what I'm not gonna let nobody do is harm me. Period. And I'm not even trying to think like that.
What if you catch something, brother? You messing with you still married. You ain't what you talking, you came up talking good at first, like you got this integrity. You married now, you take care of your children. You still screwing another man's wife. You ain't got no damn integrity.
I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, that goes to show you she said I do, not me. That's not my I didn't say them wasn't my vows. That was her vows and his vows. I'm not responsible for what your woman decided to go do. It's something that you wasn't doing, something that he wasn't doing right. Why is his woman is out here?
But you still doing it behind the man's back. It's not, it would be different if he was like, yeah, go ahead, bust her.
No loyalty. She do. True or false? That's not my job.
What do you owe yourself and your children? You talking about what do you owe them? What do you owe yourself and what do you owe your children?
I'm doing what I owe my children. I'm doing is being a present father. They wake up to me every day. I'm the only black man that you can think of, that you could actually think of, that got kids by multiple baby mamas, and they all been raised up under the same roof with their father. They wake up to see their father every day. For years. You don't see that. You don't see daddy kids been raised together, especially with the daddy. Black daddies. You don't hear that. You don't see that. So I'm doing what I owe my kids. I sacrificed my street life and me being in the streets to be here with my kids. No matter what nobody say about me, I'm taking the responsibility, and I've been doing it almost 10 years.
Shout out to Mayum. She said, this is the rat community behavior. Just having kids, not vested in teaching better. And who taught him? His single mother and Pookie father, the cycle. Your father, how many children did he have?
My dad had 14.
By how many women? 4.
He had 7 by one, 3 by my mama, 2 by another woman, and 1 by another woman. So that's 13. But when he died, it was another son that he had on his death.
So that's 5. So 5 women.
Yeah, yeah, 5.
And you want to go out like your daddy, you said. You want to. So how many do you want to have? The same? You want to match him?
Yes, I think the men with the most kids is the most masculine. I don't look at the men with the most money. I look at the men with the most kids is the most masculine man you can think of.
To continue watching this video and to have access to all of my previous live stream content, all you have to do is go to the description box below and click where it says become a Guru Gold member today. For a very special price of only $4.99, you will have access to all of my previous live stream content and any future live stream content that I only have exclusively for gold members. I appreciate every single dollar that you guys donate and support to this channel, and each one of your dollars helps to continue to support this content.